네, 시청자 여러분 안녕하세요. 특집 크립토인사이트 진행을 맡은 김세영입니다. 최근 가상자산 시장에서 신뢰 회복이 주요 과제로 떠오른 가운데 지난 2022년 11월에 발생했던 FTX 거래소 파산 이후 중앙화된 거래소 구조적 한계가 드러났습니다. 이에 따라서 최근에 탈중앙화 거래소를 중심으로 한 기술 전환이 빠르게 진행이 되고 있는데요. 이러한 변화 속 등장한 것이 블록체인 기반의 파생 상품 거래소 그래비티입니다. 오늘 이 시간 온체인금융의 새로운 기준이 될 그래비티의 매튜 콱 CCO와 만나보도록 하겠습니다. Yourself and tell us what role you play at GRVT.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew, co-founder and COO of Grvt. But here we also pronounce it as Grvt, so you hear me use it interchangeably today. In terms of what I do and what as my role at Grvt, I oversee the day-to-day operations of the company. Specifically, I translate the strategic vision of the company into actionable operational plans and manage all core processes from product development to market entry, partnership building, and global expansion. Grvt is particularly multi-dimensional because it's both a technology-focused startup and a financial services platform. We work with our ZK Sync technology partners to integrate cutting-edge zero-knowledge proof technology into our trading platform, while simultaneously building relationships with global market makers to secure stable liquidity for all of our users. Regulatory compliance is also a key area that I focus on. Grvt recently obtained our Bermuda Class M license. This regulatory compliance is crucial for us to gain both institutional as well as retail trust between our clients. Finally, our team consists of engineering and trading experts from traditional finance, and it's also my core responsibility to create an organizational culture where they can achieve their best performance and maximize operational efficiency.
최근에 웹3 업계에서 가장 주목받는 프로젝트가 또 그래비티인데요. 소개도 한번 들어봐야겠죠. So Grvt has recently become one of the most talked about projects in the Web3 industry. Could you introduce Grvt for our viewers?
Sure. Grvt is a leading decentralized exchange in the on-chain financial privacy sector, powered by zero-knowledge proof technology. Our core mission is very clear. To provide financial services that world-class institutions and high net worth individuals receive, but to offer those services for everybody. Our goal here is to enable wealth creation for all Grvt users. Grvt actually provides two core services. The first is the Grvt Exchange, which is a trading platform where users can directly trade cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency derivatives. Second is the Grvt Strategies product, an on-chain investment marketplace that allows retail investors to access world-class hedge fund and institutional investment strategies. I think we're quite special for three reasons. The first is privacy. Grvt is built on the ZK Sync Validium L2 blockchain, which can mathematically prove the validity of all transactions without disclosing transaction details externally. This fundamentally solves problems like whale hunting or MEV attacks that occur when large trades are exposed in public blockchains and memory pools. Second, we also have Ethereum level security and settlement finality. Used through ZK proofs, each transaction batch is verified directly on the Ethereum mainnet. So even though processed quickly off-chain, security is we basically inherit the settlement and security finality of Ethereum itself. The third point that I'd like to make also is the aspect of scalability as well as accessibility. As a layer 2 solution, we can process far more transactions than the Ethereum-based layer. And this allows trading on-chain to be much cheaper than if you were to interact with Ethereum directly. One thing to also share is, global financial institutions like Deutsche Bank, UBS, have already conducted their proof of concepts with this ZK Sync technology, and Grvt is the first blockchain-native financial platform to commercialize this technology.
네, 그래비티가 출시 1년 만에 전 세계 탈중앙화 거래소에서 거래량 상위 5위권에 진입하는 쾌거를 이뤄냈습니다. 어떤 노력들이 이런 성과를 이뤄냈을까요? 여쭤볼게요. So Gravity made an impressive achievement by entering the top 5 decentralized exchanges worldwide in trading volume within just 1 year of its launch. How did you make this achievement?
I think what actually helped us in this aspect and the secret for this rapid growth can be explained by three key differentiating factors. The first is structural safety that completely eliminates the issue of bank run risk, right, and the aspect of self-custody. Gravity operates where customers connect their own personal wallets into the exchange for trading. Because customer assets are not stored on the exchange itself, even if the exchange goes down, personal funds are 100% protected and owned by the users themselves. So they will always be able to access and have control of their own funds and withdraw it whenever they would like. Second, an innovative reward structure providing 10% APR to all users. We provide 10% interest to all users of the exchange itself currently. The most important point here is that this interest does not require locking out of funds like traditional bank fixed deposits. Whether you actively trade your investment assets or simply store them, you receive the same interest benefits. You can freely withdraw them anytime, while interest is calculated as compounded interest every 4 hours and paid out weekly. Third, direct access to world-class hedge fund strategies. Through Gravity strategies, retail investors can also invest in asset management fund products from renowned world managers. Traditionally, these professional investment strategies and products were only accessible to ultra-high net worth individuals or institutional investors, where there are minimum investment amounts range from hundreds of millions to billions of won, requiring complex verification processes. For us at Gravity, we have broken down these barriers through the blockchain technology. And even for small investors, you can directly invest into these strategies managed by world-class hedge funds so that you can continue to grow your wealth and to have the same access. One thing that is also a value add over here is all the processes are transparently recorded on the blockchain for trust. So these three factors have combined Gravity to be quickly recognized in the market as a next generation trading platform with safety, profitability, and accessibility for all users.
네, 투자기회 민주화라는 설명이 인상 깊었는데요. 그럼 기관과 프로 트레이더들이 그래비티의 매력을 느끼고 선택하게 된 이유도 그 때문일까요? The idea of democratizing investment opportunities is quite impressive. Is that also one of the reasons why institutions and professional traders find Gravity appealing and choose to use the platform?
Yes, definitely. I guess for us, the reason institutional investors and professional traders choose Gravity is very clear. We provide them the level of infrastructure that they expect from traditional financial markets in an on-chain environment. Firstly, the balance of security and privacy. The biggest concern for institutional investors is how to safely execute large-scale trades. On public blockchains, all transactions are exposed, making large orders targets for attacks. In fact, annual losses from such attacks in the crypto market amount to billions of dollars. Gravity's ZK Sync Fidelity structure fundamentally solves this problem. Transaction details are verified at the layer 2 level, but not disclosed externally. So large orders can be safely executed. Second, institutional-grade trading infrastructure. Professional traders are very sensitive to latency. We work with 16 top-tier market makers to provide execution quality equivalent to centralized exchanges. Third is the aspect of regulatory compliance. Gravity holds a Bermuda license, and this is the perfect balance of meeting regulatory requirements while protecting traders' strategies. Fourth, the safety of self-custody. After the FTX incident, institutions learned the principle of, your keys, not your coins, or not your crypto. For Gravity, users trade directly from their own wallets, so assets are completely protected even in the case of exchange bankruptcy or a liquidity crisis. All these elements combined make Grvt the best combination of decentralized security and a centralized trading experience.
네, 세계 2위 가상자산 거래소였던 FTX의 파산 사태가 벌써 2년이 지났습니다. 이 중앙화된 거래소의 한계가 좀 지적이 됐던 문제였는데요. 이를 보완하기 위해서 탈중앙화 거래소가 부상하고 있습니다. 이런 흐름 속에서 그래비티가 대안이 될까요? So it's been 2 years since the collapse of FTX exposed the structural risks of centralized exchanges. As decentralized exchanges gain attention, can Grvt become a strong alternative? What sets Grvt apart in terms of security and stability?
Yeah, so I think for us, the FTX incident was not just the bankruptcy of one exchange, but a turning point that revealed the fundamental structural flaws of centralized exchange model. About 32 trillion won on assets were frozen, and millions of investors were harmed during this process. In fact, such problems commonly occur within traditional finance as well, where we saw, in 2008, the Lehman Brothers crisis, which led to many bank bankruptcies as well as frozen customer funds. And even in more recent times, we also in 2023, we saw Silvergate and Silicon Valley Bank even go bankrupt. For us, we look at this from the point of view of the core problems of centralization are, first, custody risk. In centralized exchanges, customer assets are stored internally at the exchange and managed at the discretion of operators. In FTX's case, customer deposits were used without authorization for speculative investments by their subsidiary Alameda Research. There's structural vulnerability where a single management failure or system error leads directly to investor losses. The second is opacity. The internal operations of centralized exchanges are like a black box. There's no way to verify in real time whether the customer assets are truly stored one-to-one and how is leverage managed, or whether liquidity is sufficient, or if there's even manipulation of the trade in the order book. Third is the aspect of single point of failure. A centralized exchange is one company with one server. As such, they are susceptible to hacks, regulatory pressure, or management misconduct. If either of these, events occur, the entire system collapses. So for us, how does Grvt solve these problems? First, complete a self-custody structure on which users trade directly through their own personal wallets. Since assets are not deposited on the exchange, user assets are 100% protected, even if the exchange goes down or faces a management crisis. Second, complete transparency based on blockchain. All transaction records are recorded on the blockchain and can be verified by anyone in real time. Since smart contracts process automatically without any third-party intervention, manipulation or fraud is fundamentally impossible. Our goal and aim here is to aim for transparent finance.
So Grvt successfully raised $19 million in its Series A round this year, which is said to be the largest funding in the decentralized futures exchange sector this year. So many global financial institutions and venture capital firms participated. What made them choose to invest in Grvt?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think the reasons why investors choose Grvt are clear. The first is the completion of institutional-grade infrastructure. Through ZK Synch's Atlas upgrade, Grvt can now utilize the Ethereum Layer 1's deep liquidity and the amount of funds that are flowing within the Ethereum ecosystem. While existing perp dexes only compete on the Layer 2 their transaction speed, Grvt has secured overwhelming reliability with L1 security plus sub-millisecond settlement timing. Second, an exclusive gateway for our real-world assets and institutional capital. Grvt has built a system that can immediately utilize real-world assets, or what we call RWAs, as collateral. This eliminates the entry barriers that institutional investors are most worried about: withdrawal waiting time and L2 security concerns. We have secured an exclusive pipeline to bring traditional financial markets and their capital on chain itself. And third, strategic positioning as an infrastructure for the entire ecosystem. Grvt aims to become the central liquidity layer for the entire zk-Sync ecosystem. Beyond just being a perp DEX, we have the potential to dominate even spot liquidity and become a turning point for the entire Ethereum ecosystem as well.
네, 투자자들이 선택할 수밖에 없었던 이유에 대해서 들어봤는데요. 그럼 이번에 유치됐던 $1,900만 어디에 사용되는 걸까요? So how will the $90 million raised in this round be used?
Investment will strategically be allocated across three core areas. The first would be launching new financial products and platform enhancements. We already launched Grvt Strategies, the world's first compliant P2P on-chain investment marketplace. This is an innovative platform that allows retail investors to directly access professional hedge fund and institutional investment strategies. Additionally, we plan to invest in product innovation, including expanding the derivatives lineup that we currently have, strengthening algorithmic trading tools, and also improving cross-chain interoperability. Second, global market expansion through the Grvt Global Trading League. We've seen quite a lot of success in our trading league in Singapore, Thailand, as well as Lisbon. The Grvt Trading League is not just a trading event, but an attempt to redefine trading as a global entertainment at the esports level. The Asian market is also one of our very core strategic priorities, where, for us, Korea is one of the most active cryptocurrency markets with high retail investor participation. We plan to provide customized and localized services to the Asian market. Third, regulatory compliance and license expansion. Meeting regulatory requirements in each country while maintaining the essence of decentralization is a very complex process, but essential for attracting institutional investors. For us, we plan to do everything by the book and to work as closely with regulators to ensure that we keep in line with what they expect of us, and so that we can provide safe services to all users. We continuously invest in security audits, upgrading our compliance systems, and improving our risk management infrastructure. The ultimate goal of Grvt is quite clear: to make Grvt not just an exchange, but a global standard for the on-chain financial ecosystem.
So Grvt is also planning to introduce a new financial product that offers all users a fixed annual interest rate of 10%. So how is this kind of innovative structure possible?
Yeah, so this is actually one of the most frequently asked questions and one of Grvt's most innovative aspects that we have created. Right, so how do we actually provide this 10% APR or APY? What we have done is we've created a profit sharing structure on actual trading revenue, whereby Grvt collaborates with 16 of the world's top hedge funds. They process over $1 billion in trade daily and generate spreads profits through sophisticated quant strategies. The market makers profit from the bid and ask spread as they trade on Grvt, and Grvt's high trading volume and deep liquidity. This profit is generated very stably and safely. We plan to share this profit with our users. So that's how we've created that 10% APY program. So for us, this 10% APY is conservative, but yet very attractive, right? Considering that U.S. Treasury yields are, they fluctuate between 4 to 5% these days, it's an appropriate premium accounting for the cryptocurrency market volatility and risk that we can offer.
네, 마지막 질문으로 여쭤보도록 하겠습니다. 앞으로 그래비티가 나아갈 길은 어떤 길일까요? So as we wrap up today's interview, one last question. What path do you see Grvt taking in the future?
To become the global standard for on-chain finance, enabling everyone who uses Grvt to enjoy premium financial services. Traditionally, the highest level of financial services was only offered to a very small privileged class. Goldman Sachs private banking, hedge funds, professional investment strategies, institutional market-making services were only provided to the ultra-high net worth individuals or large institutions with assets worth billions or even more. Gravity seeks to dismantle this financial inequality. Gravity Strategies is an on-chain marketplace that opens up the highest level of institutional investment products to everybody. We are working as hard as we can to break down and to offer these services to even the smaller investors, in which even today, which is available, even small investors can directly invest in the strategies managed by world-class fund managers, all of which the procedures as well as the trades are transparently recorded on the blockchain for verification by anybody. Thus, minimizing a lot of these entry barriers. In terms of the specific future plans, in the short term, we will onboard more world-class managers to Gravity Strategies and provide a diverse investment strategy pool. This will allow our users to build and as well as ourselves to build a portfolio that can meet all of our investors' needs, regardless of their risk profile. Right. So, from more conservative bond strategies to aggressive leverage strategies. In the medium term, we will expand to real-world asset tokens, so that traditional assets like real estates, bonds, commodities, can also be traded on Gravity and used as collateral. This will become the gateway to bring capital from traditional financial markets on-chain. And in the long term, Gravity will go beyond being just an exchange to become the core infrastructure of the entire on-chain financial ecosystem. The basic swap layer of the zkSync ecosystem, integrating Ethereum's entire liquidity. Our ultimate goal is to realize true financial democratization where everybody can enjoy world-class financial services. Gravity is building a future where blockchain technology provides equal financial opportunities to everyone, with the belief that finance is not a privilege but a right.
네, 이렇게 오늘 이야기를 나눠보니까요. 온체인 금융의 새로운 혁신이 될 그래비티 행보가 앞으로 기대가 됩니다. 네, 오늘 인터뷰에 응해주신 그래비티의 매튜 곽 CCO님 감사드립니다. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us for this interview.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to speak with you guys.
Thank you. 네, 오늘 특집 크립토 인사이트에서 준비한 내용은 여기까지입니다. 저희는 다음 이 시간에도 변화하는 시장 흐름을 읽을 수 있는 인사이트를 꾸준히 전해드리도록 하겠습니다. 저희 방송 끝까지 함께해 주신 여러분 고맙습니다.